See, you might not understand what I'm saying, but if you listen real close, you will get what I'm saying. If you listen to what I'm saying, understand what I'm saying? Let's go! I'm all up in these streets like I am dope. I stay off in these streets like I am dope. I move that word around like if it's dope. I'm so fresh, so clean, I am dope. Dope, dope, dope. I stay off in these streets like I am dope. Dope, dope, yeah. I'm talking number Christ. Yeah, I'm about that life. They say you too Christian. I say show you right. I'm like Dolomite. About to hit the streets tonight and move that word around like if it is some pure white. Some say I'm rude. Some say I'm cool. I'm just dope, dope, dope. That mean I'm that dude. I just spread the word around. That's just what I do. I'm all up in these streets like I am dope. I stay off in these streets like I am dope. I move that word around like if it's dope. I'm so fresh, so clean, I am dope. Dope, dope, dope. I stay off in these streets like I am dope. Dope, dope, dope. I stay so much off in the streets, they think I'm selling. But I ain't going back like DMX off in Billy. Plus I'm a two-time felon, ain't got time for playing. And I'ma spread the word, homie, I don't care what y'all saying. Look at me, dope. Look at you, no. What I teach, hope, you just a slippery zone. I'm all up in these streets like I am dope. I stay off in these streets like I am dope. I move that word around like if it's dope. I'm so fresh, so clean, I am dope. Dope, dope, dope. I stay off in these streets like I am dope. Dope, dope, dope.
What's happening? This is Chosen, man, and welcome to the Nah For Real show, where everything we do is
Nah For Real.
Hey, listen, y'all, we is on something different this month. This month is Marriage Month. I told y'all it was coming. I told y'all what was going to happen. We have two special guests here. We have Becky, and we also have Chantel. I'm bad with names. I'm super bad with names. You can tell me your name, and I still forget. Right then and there, I'm super bad. But we have Chantel, we have Becky in the building. Listen, we are really going to get on some topics about marriage. This is Marriage Month. It's going to be, and we also, I'm sorry, y'all, I still got to get used to Tay. I still got,
yeah, man.
Tay's in the building, man. My son is behind he's behind the scene. If y'all wondering where he is, he's behind the scene working the cameras. Listen, we are really trying to get on this Marriage Month thing and talk about what it takes to be married, what it takes, why people get divorced, and why people decide to say, forget being married, we want to stay single. That's the big thing now. My son like that. He like, forget married, I just want to be single. But we're going to talk about this, man, and we're going to really get into it. Listen, I am going to be on here representing for the men. We have two women on here representing for the women, but we also are going to get their insight. Also, Tay, he's gonna be representing. I keep forgetting you, Tay. I'm for real. It's so hard to remember because you ain't been on it so long. But listen, let me turn that. But anyway, what we're gonna talk about today is marriage. But I want them to know a little bit about y'all too. So whichever one to go first, just and you also got a podcast, Chantel. We'll talk about that one later, and let you shoot that out to them. But if you want to just get them a little bit about yourself, where you come from and what you on here for and all that stuff.
Go ahead, Beck.
Okay, so well, I'm coming from the perspective of 19 years being married and 2 years being divorced. So that's where I'm coming from. But I'm pretty much preach the gospel. Been preaching in the jails about 18 years, got a YouTube preach at Walmart, went to McDonald's, whatever. Just I'm all about Jesus, really. So that's who I am. I'm 49, got 2 kids. Well, 3, one 22, one 18, and one 16. So yeah.
Chantel.
Oh, wow. Hey, what's up, y'all? So I am known as your Kingdom Sister by Heart. I am the host of the Even Now podcast, and I was married for 5.5 years, in a relationship for 6, divorced for about 2.5 years this year, and I'll be 28 in 14 days. And I'm just here, man. I serve the Lord. I love the Lord. Team Jesus all the way around. Jesus is a bust for me, no matter what. So let's get into it, man.
All right, that's what's up, man. And y'all know who I am. Tay, let them know who you is.
I'm Tay. Some call me Timeless. I've been married for about almost 10 years now, man. And I'm loving it. We have our ups and downs, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. So that's me. I got 2 kids, and I love them. I enjoy them. So yeah, that's not much about me.
Okay.
I'll be representing for men as well. So
yeah. You gotta be
nah, listen. I guess I'm chosen. I'm married. I got 4 kids, and like 4 adopted kids. And that's it. So we're finna get into it. Listen, what does it take? Why? Okay, actually, I want to go into this. Why is it that marriage is not working? Some say it's media. Some say no God in the relationship. Some say money. Some say women making more money than men, so they feel like they are the it factor because they're making more money. Some feel like the man is making more money, so he wants the woman to just stay what it used to be. But my thing is, what do y'all think? Why are we at a point where marriage is just like at an all-time low now?
I just personally think it's no unity. People are unequally yoked. They're just jumping into it. A lot of people get married because they just horny. You know what I'm saying? So
you're right.
If I'm being
you're
honest,
right.
And
you're right.
People get married because looks and you got the bag. I'm gonna follow you. You gonna take care of me, thinking it's gonna work like that, and they really don't know the gist of it, the hard work that comes after you say I do, or what, this is a little bit more than I like you. They're not they're not ready or prepared to put in the work. They haven't learned. They just see it on TV, social media. Be like, oh, I look nice. I got a ring. I got a dress. I got a house. Let me do that, and then they try it and it don't work. So.
And here's the thing. What do you say, Becky?
I say that people don't really understand the difference between a contract and a covenant, because a covenant is in it forever, and a contract can be canceled at any time. And so for me, when you stand up there and you say for better, for worse, you better be ready for worse.
Yeah.
If that's a commitment that you're making, a vow, because like everything I talk about is biblical. So in the Bible, the blood covenant, I mean, we can even see that in our nature. That's why we're not supposed to even have sex until we're married, because there's a blood covenant even there with the woman. I mean, if we're going to get real, right?
Yeah.
So there's a covenant there. And we have the example of Christ to see that covenant, that he's never going to leave us or forsake us.
Yeah.
And so we have that example, but yet even as Christians, we decide, okay, this is a contract. And if this, or this happens, I'm out. And really, that's not a covenant. That's a contract.
Okay. So when we saying this and we're saying all this, what is like, okay, and I understand that God is like number one. We understand that. Everybody knows I don't care who you are, you got to have God in a relationship, regardless. Exactly. But my thing is, let's go to what after God, what does it take? You get what I'm saying? Like, okay, I don't say it like this. And this is me speaking for the men. And I hate to say that, but I am. I'm only going to speak for my side, and then I'll speak, I'll speak how a woman say she feels. But for men, I feel like this. If you met a man a certain way, and I understand we have to grow, but the way you got that man,
keep that same energy.
You got to keep that same energy to keep that man.
I support that.
That's me speaking for us. And I understand kids coming to game, so the men are not going to get they're not going to get that 100% attention from the woman. I understand that, and a man should understand that. But at the same time, when it becomes a point where the kids get everything and the man don't get any, and the man has to ask, or the man has to talk up, or something, like women, I'm gonna say some women don't get that. Sometimes when men act out, look, listen, and I'm just gonna be 100. Men, the wife is almost like, and I know y'all might not want to hear it, but the wife is almost like the wife, but also like almost like the mom still. And what I mean by that is like we still want that attention. And when we act out a certain way, you get what I'm saying? Like, whether it's acting out, going off, or saying something wrong to the kids, or being angry, or leave something, we're gonna act out some kind of way to get that attention. It's the same way when kids, and I'm sorry, they can say, well, man, you still acting like a kid. No, it's just something in us that men, everybody seeks for attention. And when you go from getting 100% attention from a woman to nothing, we're not talking about where she takes and, okay, give the kids a certain percent and then saying, okay, I'm gonna slice this and give the man this. We're talking about when a man studies, like, listen, you're not showing me attention. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. Right. And I understand that the woman get tired. We understand that. But when you put all your energy into the kids or work or whatever else, and then the man get leftovers, what do you expect for him to do? And it ain't just that. But anyway, that's the part that I'm talking about, is keeping a man the way you had when you got him. However you got him, you need to do that same, keep that same energy to keep him. But what do y'all say about that?
What if you doing the same thing that you did to keep him, probably a little bit better, and he still got eyes other places? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What does that say for him?
Well, if it's, Tay, you want to answer that one? I thought you were
No, you good. I mean, I feel that, of course, that's wrong. I can't speak for a guy that's like that, because I'm not that type of guy. But I mean, if that's the truth, if that's what's going on, then yeah, that's a problem, and that shouldn't. Y'all got to figure something out to work that out. But I mean, if the guy is actually, the man is actually doing, he doing the right thing, doing what he's supposed to do in the relationship, and he's still not getting that same attention. I don't feel like that's right on the woman's part. But if he's not doing what he's still, out looking and knowing you got a good woman at the house, and she's giving you her all, even with children, and that's wrong. Of course, that's to me, that's straight out wrong. So
so I say this, I'm gonna play this way. I feel like it depends. And what I mean by that is, if he's just looking, I don't see nothing wrong with that. I really don't. The same way I don't see nothing wrong with a man liking a woman picture. Listen, your woman can be the most beautiful woman in the world. She can have all the money in the world. There's going to be something about another woman that man's going to look at. It's just in us. We're going to look. It's a difference between looking and gawking. You feel what I'm saying? It's a difference between when you're trying to sneak. I tell my wife, I'll be like, listen, if you see a man attractive, look, I don't care. And I really don't. I don't care, because listen,
so you're not. What does she mean when she say looking?
Yeah, that's what
you say. Yeah, that's what I was
going to eyes other places. Like, what are you explaining that?
Like how you were saying, like the kids get most of the attention, the guy don't get the attention.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, like, I didn't have kids, so maybe you could speak more to this. But
okay,
like, I was always attentive, very attentive, probably more than attentive to him than I should have been. But it is what it is, because I feel like I got to do my part. You know what I'm saying? I got roles. But when you go out and you like, hey, how you doing? This is one of them type of days we in a grocery store and y'all kicking and ain't nothing that funny. And I'm just like, okay, we done here. You know what I'm saying? We should be leaving out there. And you still have a conversation. There's something wrong with that. I'm right
here. Listen. I don't know. I don't have a problem with that.
I really don't either.
Listen, I'm ready to go. We in the store. What are we doing? You done talk to the lady for 5 minutes.
But
I'm just saying, I don't care.
There's something lacking
but
there,
it's just-
though, in my opinion. If you feel some certain kind of way about that, not you personally, but anybody, then there's something lacking in the marriage.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Like honestly, like
You holding up the line though.
You're not.
yeah, she like look,
She's like behind me, breathing down my neck, like her kids kicking me in the back, like, come on, like, move, let's go.
I understand what you're saying, and I guess see this is the thing is, I guess that's something that I guess because certain things you won't know until it happen, but I think things like that needs to be discussed.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like at the beginning, I think these are certain things that like, okay, what pisses you off? What makes you mad? Or what is it that you don't like for your, what is it that and then we start to sound like they're like, is this girl crazy? Do I need to be, you get what I'm saying? So I
Right.
guess some of that stuff need to be discussed. And I think we don't do that.
No,
in a
because
marriage.
people don't biblically date like that. When you
Yeah.
biblically date,
Mhm.
you have a time period where you get to know that person.
Mhm.
That's the benefits of this culture as well. There are pluses and negatives to the culture we live in right now.
Yeah.
And especially after Corona, we even more socialize on media and things like that because of the force to stay home and what have you. But the thing is, when you get to know someone
Mhm.
without the kissing, without the romance, then you're gonna work them little things out.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Yes.
know, oh no,
Yeah.
he gets
Mhm.
a little depressed, or he gets a little
Right.
too this, or this ain't gonna work.
Mhm.
And you
over
don't
it.
Right.
know that when you have the lips connecting, because now you got your thoughts and the dopamine going in your head, and now all you can think about is, oh my goodness, I want to kiss him again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like
yeah.
you can't even
Mhm.
sort those thoughts out.
Yeah.
Because you're all caught up in the romance of things.
Yeah, and I think that's another thing. Like they should have some type of, I know they do, but like beginners marriage or something to go
I
through.
teach it all
But
the
see, the
time.
thing is that
Divorce.
I think even when it comes to the churches or anything, I think that they don't teach. I'm not saying you, but majority of them, they teach the basics
They
and the
stay away from sex and money.
yeah, and they
all
stay
day.
away from all the little stuff.
No, talk to it because they tell you don't have sex before marriage.
Heard.
Tell you why.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? They be like, oh, don't do it. But they don't tell you, you know what I'm saying? Like all of this comes, not just soul ties. You know what I'm saying? There's other stuff too. Like oh my goodness. Okay. So you would tell me not to have sex before marriage, right?
Yeah.
But you won't tell me why. You're not gonna tell me how broken I'm gonna end up
exactly.
if I let this person into my space. You know what I'm saying? You're not
Or
gonna
bring
tell
the
me.
broken girl in there. that
Exactly.
had to
You know
give
what I'm
up her
saying?
baby
But
because
But
she had sex.
even with unresolved,
You gotta get close to the mic.
I'm sorry.
I haven't
unresolved.
seen too many churches that none of you say that actually discuss marriage, other than until they actually the couple get ready to get married and
Mhm.
Yeah.
counseling. But yeah, I
Mhm.
think
Or
that
they
is
force
something that
they,
is missing in
better
the
to
church.
marry than to burn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Take all of that out of
Mhm.
context. They
Mm-mm.
force them into it, but then once it starts, there's no support. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
right,
So-
right.
I'd like to
So
interject on
that
the
is something.
that we have. When Willie was talking, it's like we have a perfect example set out for us in the Bible. In Ephesians 5, it talks about what each role does, what each role looks like. And really and truly, if each party is selfless, then both parties get satisfied.
Hmm.
And so the thing is, like you were saying, oh, well, men need the attention, men need this. There's a reason it doesn't say in there, women love your husbands, because we naturally love. We are natural lovers.
Yeah.
But it says for men to love their wives because men are natural hunters. They're naturally providers. They're naturally taking care of, they're more about respect. If you respect your husband, that's what it says, honor your husband. If
Mhm.
you honor your husband, then and he loves the wife, then it's gonna work out. It's gonna, because men want respect and women want love.
Yeah.
And the Bible clearly
So,
lays
so
that
I guess
out.
that's what you said. What do you say
Go ahead.
when the man is providing that? There are instances where the wife, like you said, the kids and other things become
Like-
solely take over, all of their time, and they get all the
Mhm.
attention, and a man just mostly just want to know even just a little bit. Like you said, it's not going to be 100% all the time, but a man just want a little bit of that, or at least just to show that, hey, I still love you. You know, I still care. We have kids, but regardless of the children, I'm still gonna give you some, you know, some time
Yeah.
or whatever to show that, I still care about us, you know. But sometimes
I think that's where you should have a conversation about your expectations too. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? Like when you
yes.
set your foundation, it's just you and her. You know, look, babe, I'm about to drop these kids off on you, and once they come out, listen, I know you got to take care of them. We're gonna do this together, but I still, you know what I'm saying? I still need my part. So I think there's a conversation that needs to be had between husband and wife too.
But see, at the same time, like me and my wife, we got married very early. I ain't have no father in my life. I'm not saying, you know, I don't know about y'all, but so I wasn't taught how to be a father and a husband. I had to learn that junk, and it's like, oh man, it's super hard. And when you don't have that, and you're used to your mom saying, like, okay, let's say something. Let's say like, let's just say like at my mom's house, right? I would clean up the whole house, right? She'd come in, she act like, whoa, like that's the best thing in the world. So as a kid, I'm feeling like, yes, mom liked it. And then when you do something like that, or you're taking care of things at the house, and then your wife don't say, oh wow, I love that. That's good. It's like, whoa, you don't appreciate me. You get what I'm saying? And it wasn't that she didn't know. It was that grew up different. You get what I'm saying? And then not even that, she wasn't taught to be a wife. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't taught to be a mom.
That's where communication
you get what I'm
comes
saying?
in.
But I'm just saying, at young,
tell her how that made you feel.
Yeah, no. We did. I mean, all that's took care of, but I'm saying at the beginning,
y'all both had to grow into it.
We had to grow into it. And I'm speaking for the ones who got married without any
examples of marriage.
There you go. You get what I'm saying? Because even with my mom and my dad, they were separated. You know what I'm saying? At that time, they were separated. So it was like, dang, who do you look at? You know what I'm saying? And the only person I could look at
was your mom.
Was my mom, but as my uncle and him, but they were crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like they was on some real how you show each other love when you're shooting at each other down the street or jumping like that. That was something different. You get what I'm saying? And so you didn't really have nobody to look at. So I think too, like you said, marriage is something that we have to actually really take serious and really take some, like they got this. I don't know if y'all seen this movie. It's a movie with what's the dude named Robert? Is it Robert Downey? I think he played as a God, I can't think of the name, but he was a priest, and they went through marriage. They want to go through marriage, but he took them through so much drama that they was to a point where they don't want to be together. But I think that's what it takes. You have to go through so much stuff. Decide, okay, if this is what I want, because people change.
Yeah,
over the time, people change. Then not only that, you don't have no kids involved. But kids are different. Serious. When kids jump in the middle, that's different because now you have that attention on them. Then you got to turn around. And the thing about a woman begins. It's not that she don't love the man less. She's almost like that protector over her kids, right? Mm-hmm. So it's almost like she's going to protect the kids from the father. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like the father might be, he's the discipline guy, the one that puts down
the head.
Yeah. And then she's like, whoa, and it brings conflict because then she goes, I don't know. And then he goes, yeah, we do. And then it brings that conflict. And then you have other things that come in with not only bills and you got all this just pile up and people don't understand. They think it's just going to be some type of, we get married, we're going to run away. You get what I'm saying?
That's why Better for Worse is in there.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, that's really why Better for Worse is in there.
You're right.
For me, for 19 years, like I do ministry, I do all this stuff. But like I tell people, because from the outside looking in, people can have all kind of stories, but nobody knows the inside except the people that live there. And so for me, even being on the dance team, I remember specifically one time getting suspended for like 6 dances or something like that because I was late. But what they don't see is if my husband came home at 6 o'clock and dances at 7, I'm not passing him.
Yeah.
He got the first plate.
That's your first
He
ministry.
He got the first plate. I'm gonna sit and ask him how his day was. I'm gonna make sure that I spend that time. And it's the same with kids. Now, everybody ain't like this, but you have the Bible to show you these things, whether you have the aunt, uncle, whatever, it's all there. Every man is accountable. And like, if you even heard about the Bible and you read it, they give you the perfect example.
Yeah.
It goes like this: God, spouse, kids, everything else.
But sometimes kids come before,
But it shouldn't.
and it shouldn't.
That's
You're
the
right,
same
but
thing.
sometimes it does. You know,
Same with the selfless love.
Yeah.
Like, because you're not getting your attention, that's not selfless love. That's something you discuss and you say, look, this is a need of mine. And you pray and you say, okay, I'm still going to love you selflessly. That means you don't think about yourself.
Yeah.
And you would be surprised. I know marriages like this. I can't tell you from example,
Yeah.
but I know marriages that have been together longer than I've been alive.
Yeah.
My mentor has been together 49 years.
Wow.
And they talk to me. They've been
Wow.
talking to me about stuff. And the thing is, he would lay down his life. And if you for real are going to lay down your life, then your needs are going to be laid down.
That's
But
right.
God will
You're right.
supernaturally change the heart of that wife
Yeah.
if you really lay your life down for her.
And I think too, that's another thing. This is another thing that we need to talk about. Do the man get the plate first?
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
God, listen, you will be
I'm so
surprised. You will be surprised.
You training your kids
It-
wrong if you do it any other way.
Yes.
Because if you don't, like, you're raising somebody's husband and somebody's wife.
Mhm.
Yes.
So
Yep.
they're seeing you're their example. So why not? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how it goes. You was getting plate first before they got here. So what
So-
changes?
so-
Nothing changes.
So here's my thing, right? Why is it that the man, like, some people don't really understand, like, some people truly don't understand why the man should get the plate first, or why,
It's called
like, let's just
honor.
say, like, let's
There
say,
wouldn't be a plate if he wasn't working. I'm just saying.
I mean, you're right, but let's just say, well, okay, let's, even when you say that, let's talk about, because this is what I'm saying, when the women start making more money than the men.
But that shouldn't even be.
I know, but what I'm saying is, you have women, trust me.
Oh,
It don't make it
Y'all
right,
should
though.
know, you have women out there that makes more than the man. I'm just saying, well, what you just said, right? And they feel like, I make more money, right? So I'm not, in a way, mentally, she's not respecting him the way she should,
Right.
because, well, I'll let y'all answer that, then I'll get into it. But my thing is, if, like, let's say if you at niece's uncle, someone's house, or at a barbecue or whatever, wherever you at, before you, they had this thing, like my family had this thing where you have some people set to the side to feed the kids, but the wife is supposed to
That's how I go.
get the food and feed it to the husband, find the husband, feed it to him, or whoever the man is, and bam, he get the
That's
plate.
how it worked for me.
And but some people, whether you're white, black, Chinese, Puerto Rican, whatever, some people feel like, no, men shouldn't get that. Why is that? What makes it right that a man should get the plate first? So let's take out the financial part, because nowadays women are killing men on making more money, you know. So let's take the financial out. Why else should a man get the plate first?
First off, you my husband. I'm sorry. Like, you my boyfriend or something like that. That's a little different.
Mhm.
But if we're in covenant, listen, I said I do. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So everything that I do is not even about me no more. You know what I'm saying? So if you're hungry, you know what I'm saying, or if we're at a barbecue, however your family has it set up, I'm gonna be like, babe, what you want? They got this, and this.
Yep.
He'd be like, okay, I don't want that, but I want that. All right, I got you. I'm going to get your plate, and you're gonna eat. I'm not about to have you waiting. I'm not gonna feed the kids first, because at the end of the day, you're my protector. You know what I'm saying? Like,
when the
you're
kids are
head.
gone, that's
You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
That's
When
what
it's just me and you, and I got to look at you for the rest of my life, I want you to be happy. You know, I want you to think on them things. Like,
girl, my
baby-
boyfriend's gonna get
my
the plate
baby
first
did.
too, because you know what? If I call you my boyfriend, you prepared for.
But I don't
husband,
believe
'cause
that
I do.
boyfriend get husband privileges. But that's another.
No,
That's
I'm
another
not
story.
giving them
I'm
all
just
the
saying.
I'm with
privileges.
you on that.
I'm just saying, like, you ain't got to pay no bills in this household.
Yeah,
I got this.
practicing,
You know what I'm
so.
saying? I got this over here. You stay over there, bro. But when we committed, and it flipped. But I'm a little different though. So Yeah, that's
Yeah,
just
no,
me.
I-
But
I am
here's
practicing.
my
So okay, so
Each
from a
time.
man, so from a man perspective, Tay, why do you think that a man should get the plate first? And then if you had something else to say, I want you that right there. I want to know why you think the man should get the plate first.
I'm gonna be completely honest, man. I'm I'm completely different. Just being totally honest. I'm the type, and I don't know, maybe I got this from my father, or just growing up seeing different things happen. One thing I always said was I will never be a deadbeat father. I will always be there for my kids. I will never be cheat on my wife or do any of that stuff. So like I said, my father was not. My father that passed that age of, I think I was 14 or 15. So around high school and on into marriage, I didn't have my father. So I'm a little different. To be honest, like when we cook, yeah, my wife take care of me. Like if I'm at work and she cook, we don't. They really don't eat until I get there. When I get there, everybody's plate is usually on the table, or she will fix everybody's plate. I really I really actually fix my own plate. I actually like to fix my own plate because I don't know. Honestly, it does not bother me. It doesn't bother me as much.
Huh? I said you get the amount of food that you want.
Well, I don't know. It never really crossed my mind. Now I sit at a certain part of the table, but we all kind of get our plate at the same time, and because we pray together. So I don't start eating until after we all come together and pray. We pray and say our blessing. We start eating at the same time. Never really, honestly, man. Me personally, it is not a big deal. To be completely honest, because one thing I've always done, and when the type of person I am, I'm so into looking after my family, looking after my kids, my wife. I try to do whatever I can to make sure they're taken care of. So when I get home, and this might be different, but first thing I do, one thing about the children, I know my kids, they can be a handful.
Yeah.
I come home and say, hey, y'all all right? You need anything done? I mean, we more of work together. I don't come home and just say I need this, I need this, and I need that, because I know what we both do throughout the day. So when I come home, I get my joy from seeing my family happy, allow my wife to relax, but she recognized me as the head of the home, head of the house. So I don't know, man. I get my joy from just coming home and seeing my family okay. So hey, sometimes I come home and cook because I love to cook.
Yeah,
I just love to do these type of things or whatnot, and we don't have those type of problems. Now, there have been many times that my wife has said, hey, you want me to fix your plate? And I actually have said, no, I'm all right. I'll fix it myself, because I don't know. It's like it says, not a big deal. At times I said, yeah, that's because I don't want to get caught in all the, if there's a lot of people or whatever. But I get joy, man, out of seeing my family taken care of, seeing them have what they need and happy. I never come home, like I said, and everybody's at the table eating. My wife said, hey, where are you? Are you almost at the house? I said, yeah, I'll be there in a minute. Okay, because we're waiting on you to eat. All right, fine. So I get there, everybody's sitting, doing whatever. And when I come in, okay, y'all, it's time to eat. So she fixed everybody's plate or whatever. So I mean, I understand the logic
There's
behind
there
that having
already there. Like, she doesn't have to hand you your plate for it to be honorable. They're already sitting there waiting for you. That's honorable.
Right.
plate and when it's made or anything like that
Right.
is really about honor. And it's not
Right.
something you have to say, oh, I'm the man, I get the plate first. It's just
Yeah.
unsaid. It's
Right.
unsaid that you are the head. And he
Right.
asked earlier about why should the man get the plate?
Mhm.
And my answer to that would be everything flows from the head. If the head ain't
Mhm.
good, then the arm don't work.
Yeah.
You can't
Mhm.
chop the head off and the arm still work. You
Mm.
can chop an arm off and still walk around town, but you can't chop the head off and still walk around town. So you have to
Exactly.
protect that head, that everything flows from that head. So it sounds like your wife has honor for you. It's
Yeah,
not a
yeah.
matter of, oh, let me fix your plate first. It's just there's her calling you where you at and it's holding up till you get there is a task in itself. Trust me,
Right.
I've been there. And so that's honor in itself. It doesn't have to be the actual plate being made or what have you.
Yeah. See, my thing is with this, and this is where I'm so like zero tolerance with that. And what I mean by that is when right now it doesn't matter to you, Tay. And I'm gonna be
Mhm.
honest right now,
Mhm.
because your
Well-
kid is because I'm gonna tell you why. Just let me tell you why. Your kid is small. You're a young man, he's small.
Mhm.
When your kid become 18 and he's sitting across the table, right? And he's big now, and there's little things that he might do or little things that he might bring forth to let you know he's starting to feel that alpha male coming in. Then it start. I'm gonna tell you. Listen,
That's another story.
Listen,
Hey.
I know that's why I say if you don't nip it in the butt now, like right now, it's cool. And I don't know how your wife is
Well,
going to
that-
feel even after that, because the thing is that just hold on. The only reason I say that is because like I just say like this, certain things that's not, and that's why I guess you have to have that elder person to look up to, or those elders, because people, I guess people who don't been through it, because the point is that when you start looking, I'm telling you, when you start looking at your son, and I don't care if my son do everything he does, like me and my son is gold, and we have our little nicks and crannies. But the thing is when you see your son laying up on your couch,
Mhm.
or just doing something that you do as a man, right, in your home, you're gonna look at it funny. I'm telling you, you said it now. And even if he just like if he say something to you, right? My son can say something to me and not mean nothing by it. It's because he's an alpha now. He's becoming an alpha, right? So you're gonna look at the thing kind of just a little bit different as
Well, that alpha gotta get out then.
no, but not no. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm not saying him being an alpha like he run the house. No, my son ain't like that. I'm talking about when that alpha start coming in him and he start like okay, like this.
You don't need your wife serving his plate first.
Yes,
I get
because
what
he
you're
started to
saying.
feel, and I'm not
Yeah.
saying this about my son because I don't know, but kids start this, the males start to feel like, you know, I got
They
that
start
plate
expecting
served,
that.
you know,
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
mom looking at me like, and that's it, and that's how a male feel when they get, hey, here, taste this and see it is okay. Hold on, lock the door, make sure it's this or that. That male is supposed to teach that male.
Mhm.
That woman is not
Mhm.
supposed to teach that male certain things that the male is supposed to teach. But when that woman start looking at that male like the provider or the protector, then the male is going to look back and go, whoa,
Mhm.
hold on now. This is my house. And it's going to cause a little conflict. You like, right. But, and I'm saying that because even with me and my son, when he was small, cool, no problem with the certain things that I did not discuss with my wife because it didn't bother me at that time. But then as he got older, taller, and he started doing his thing and started doing things, and then me and him kind of bump heads sometimes because this might be something that he feels this way, but he just comes in a picture. And I just feel like at that time, it still needs to be discussed or it still needs to be talked about because again, when your son become a point where he becomes an alpha or he starts getting that alpha in him, you're going to look different. Not hate him, not dislike him, but like, this is my home, son.
Mhm.
calm down. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why I say, like I say, nobody eats until I come home. Of course, it's not a, I get home and everybody's sitting at the table with their plates or anything like that.
Mhm.
When I get home, like I say, it's pretty much when I get home, that's when everything kind of falls in line once I get there. Like a lot of times my wife don't even start cooking until she feel like it's gonna get finished when I get by the time I get home. Like she will call and say, "Hey, what time you think you're gonna be here?" I said 5. She might not start cooking until like 4 or whatever, so she can make sure it's hot when I get there, or So, and like I said, I don't think, and I never really watch it like that, but I don't think that it's like it's never a, hey, Tatum, this your plate, Taylor, and all that. It's it's kind of
they kids right now, and they little cubs. So you look at them like, hey, listen, it's about them right now.
I can tell you a story.
I don't want to eat that.
I want to say this. For anybody who heard Tay say this, for any man who heard Tay say this, he said that he likes to cook. Men, get up off your butt and cook.
Oh, yeah, ain't nothing wrong with a man cooking.
Ain't nothing wrong with a man cooking. Trust me. Get up
back in the day. They was like, you cook.
Exactly.
Soft.
Exactly. Nah, man, whatever. But what you saying now?
Well, to kind of bounce off what you were saying, as far as like the man teaching the sons the things that the man needs to teach the sons. And I have seen in my walk. So when I got married, I had a buy one, get one. And that's why in the beginning, they're like, people are like, oh, she has 2 kids. No, 3. Like, did she forget one? But here's the deal. I got married and my stepson was 2. And when my stepson got a job, so he wasn't real respectful to me throughout the whole time. But when he got a job, that's when things really kind of got a little bit tough because we ate at the table. That was just something I did. Like I cooked and we ate at the table and that was our time. But when he got a job, all of a sudden can you make this or can you make that turned into I'm going to get wings or I'm going to get this. And he would bring them to the living room to eat them and not even come sit at the table. And this was allowed, even though it hurt my feelings and I communicated that. But as that progressed, he started getting more and more disrespectful, like you were talking about, that alpha male, because my husband didn't take that role. And I'll be honest, I took the role when it wasn't taken. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm like, somebody got to teach him. This Father's Day, I had to help Ethan with his brakes, but somebody got to help him with his brakes. He ain't trying to pay for brakes. It's $200 versus $50. You know what I'm saying? So somebody had to show him.
And see, even with that right there, it's just completely, like even with like, and I say this because even here, like my son can go get something to eat. That's if it's every man. We call this every man for yourself night, right?
But if mom cooks,
but if mom cooks,
that's disrespectful.
Even if he already ate, you gonna come sit at the table while we eat. We don't like he'll tell you like we believe in eating as a family for real. And I can't knock my son or any of my kids that earn money and they don't want greens or don't want this tonight. And they want to eat. If you want to go out with your friends and eat, or you just want to grab something before you, I don't knock none of that. But when you come home, we're gonna sit at this table. We're gonna talk. We're gonna enjoy ourselves. We're gonna find out what everybody did. Blah 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 blah. That's coming. And even now, like when my son, he's to a point where he goes out, right? And I told him like, listen, I don't care if you go out, just make sure you're home by dinner time, or make sure you're home for dinner, because I don't want that to stop. I want him to pass that. But not even that. I want him to pass that to his family, because one thing I believe in is very important for family to have dinner together.
I agree.
It is
one time that you're able to fully get together throughout
and you know each other and hear. We hear each other.
When they were little, I'd be like, "What's 3 things that happened to you today?" Like just pulling that out of them. But even now, as my second child is 18 and has his own money, I don't even have to tell him because I guess what I would say is I had more influence on Ethan because he was there all the time, and because Dad didn't always come in with like the the friction with him, because with Nathan, it was more like, oh, we only see him every other. Then when we got custody, he was already used to getting away with things nobody else got away with.
Yeah.
And so with Ethan, even now, we live at my mama's house. We don't have a table. You know, we've been through a lot the last couple of years. We don't even have a table to eat at. But he will bring his food and sit right beside me. Even if I'm not eating or whatever, he will sit right beside me. And because he knew mom didn't like it when Bubba, you know, went and got stuff and didn't sit at the table with us. So he has that established in him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the male's role to correct that.
Exactly.
And like
You're
you
right.
were telling him, correct it now. If there was an issue, correct it now. But I feel like he has honor in his house just based on the fact that they're waiting.
That's
one. They're waiting for dad to come home.
Oh yeah, definitely. I throw stuff out like that because
it happens.
Because it happens. Exactly. And
that's why I told you my story.
Yeah,
it's real.
It is. And one thing I don't want people to do with me is to ever say, if you knew this, why didn't you tell me? I don't ever want that thrown up in my face. So that's why certain people don't like me, because I'm so 100. I'm 100, and like if I see it, I'm just gonna call it out and say it.
Address it at the root, man.
Exactly, because I don't ever want that. I don't want to see you about to get hit by a car and just turn away. You know, but my thing is, okay, let's go even with, because we talked about that, and that was a good thing, and I want to get on the respecting the woman, respecting the male. And what I mean by that is there's so many factors into that when it comes to respect, just from the arguments to the you don't discuss certain things in front of your kids. If you have a problem with the way the kids will handle, you discuss that to the left, not in front. If there is things that's going on, it's just certain things. And what is and let's flip the script. Let's flip it, because we're talking about the man. Let's flip it. What is it that a woman wants from a male when it comes to the respect? Because we sat here and talked about, you know, how a man should get this, but what is it that a woman should get or a woman need?
What is that a woman's looking for in a relationship, as far as
when she's looking for that won't change? But women, y'all, I'm gonna be honest, y'all be changing on us sometimes, and it's not a bad thing, but it's just it's hard for us to keep up. I'm gonna be 100. But what is it that you all look for?
I'm that real person that tells you everything. Like I'm just not your typical female. Like I'm gonna tell you everything. But for me, I think love, and of course, you're never gonna get a question out of me that.
So describe. Hold on.
So love is
this. Hold on. You said love, right?
I'm about to
so describe that love of what you, because everybody loves different.
But love is still the same.
No, it's not. I can't agree with that one.
Conditions, yo. Like,
I can't agree with that one, because women look at love totally different sometimes. Women,
they look at it that way. They don't make it that way, though.
Yeah, hey, but listen.
The truth.
If I'm married to you, and your love is, hey, play with my hair, then that's what I need to do. So I'm just saying, like, describe what's love with you.
With me?
Yes. Not what the Bible say.
I mean,
personally, what it is.
I want to know personally, what is it that? Yeah, there you go, Tay.
Right. List your love languages.
Yes.
You know, from
But that changes. We've taken the test many times, and that changes with circumstance.
But I'm talking about these main things. Everybody's got a main.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Name your top two.
Give me top. Yeah, top three. Give me top three. Yes.
So, and before I give you the top three, I just want to tell you, in the courtship type relationship, you find these things out so that you already establish whether you can or can't supply these things. You know, without that emotion of romance in there. You're not clouded by all that. So you can figure out, oh, this girl needs this, and I just ain't like that. So I can't supply that, you know. But for me personally, it's going to be appreciation, affection, and acknowledgement.
Okay, now let's really get into them three. And then we're going to come to you. So you better be ready. So when you say acknowledgement, what? Describe that.
Like if I made all this food, you better tell me it's good.
Mhm. But what if it ain't good?
If
No,
it
I'm
ain't
just
good,
being
it ain't good.
yeah,
You
okay,
tell me,
so
baby, this is a little too
listen,
peppery or
there,
whatever.
listen, I'm being 100. There
Tell
are
me.
women that they want all the goodness, they want the bad.
I will
They don't
back
want
up on that pepper next
There are
time.
women that say they
You know what I'm saying? Tell
Yeah.
me I'm the one.
Yeah.
That if I look fat, tell me
Okay.
I look fat.
Okay.
If these boots ugly, tell me, because don't send me out there ugly.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm that one, but everybody ain't like that.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
I am like that. Though.
You're right.
If it's too peppery, too salty, too whatever,
Mhm.
you know, you didn't put enough jambalaya in it, you know, enough slap your mama sauce in it or whatever. Tell me, and I'll add more.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I can't fix something unless you tell me.
You're right. You're right. Okay. So when it comes, you said appreciation and affection. What is the affection for you? Because I'm going to give you
For
the man
me.
affection. Yeah.
I really and truly, when I was little, I probably wished I was a boy because I have a lot of like boy tendencies.
Mhm.
So I'm kind of right there with you on the thing. Probably, I don't know what your thing is, but
Mhm.
I like to be cuddled and touched and paid attention to, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like any kind of affection for me is good. Like
Okay.
anything. It don't
Okay.
matter.
'Cause
I mean, you could slap my behind in the middle of the whole church thing and I'll be like, that's my husband. It's all good. Like it doesn't matter to me.
Is
To
it
me, I feel like any kind of affection is good for me.
okay?
And
See,
then
'cause
affection
some-
and attention go together, because if you're paying attention to me, you're probably going to be affectionate. So those two kind of line up together, I would think.
Yeah, some women think. Well, I get into that a little bit.
Unless you have one more.
Yeah, you had
Yeah.
one more. It was
It was appreciation, affection, and attention.
and attention.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, they all
One of them
A's. Ha.
Yeah,
Even
for
know.
real. So Chantel.
So mine starting will be quality time, of course,
Mm-hmm.
and then words of affirmation, and then it'll be
Hold
physical
on. Because some words now they go
She's
over my
going into
head.
the book here.
What you said now?
touch. No, like that's my number 2, like words of affirmation. But my number 1 is quality time. If you spend time
Okay.
with me, you know, we can just chill, Netflix, wings, and ice cream.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? We at the house, we cool. You spend time, you take time out of your day to
Mhm.
show me that I'm important and I'm deserving of your time. That means the world. So that's my number 1.
Okay.
You know, for number 2, words of affirmation. If I go get my hair done and I come in the house, I'm like, baby, got your hair done? Like, even if you know you dropped me, I'm gonna get my hair done.
Mhm.
I need you to act like
Oh my
you
god.
didn't even know. I need you to be like,
Oh my
baby, you
god.
need to like, you know what I'm saying? Make me feel that. You know what I'm saying? Acknowledge the fact that I got my hair done. Because anytime you get your hair cut, you cut it yourself. Baby, you gotta line up. Baby, you look good. Like you did it better than the barber. I'm gonna make you feel that. So
Okay.
I want, you know what I'm saying? I want that same thing.
Okay. What's
And physical touch. Hold my hand. You know what I'm saying? Like we out, babe, come here.
All day.
You know what I'm saying? Just grab me. Make
Mhm.
me, let me know I'm yours. Because I'm
Yeah.
gonna let you feel it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's
Sounds
me.
like we're both about right there with it, because words of affirmation is appreciation. Like
Yeah.
you tell me my food's good. Like that's the same thing.
Yeah, I just
didn't
switched
use
my
the
order.
word. Yeah,
That's all.
I just didn't use the word from the book, but
Oh, no,
you know, it's
you
pretty
good.
much the same thing.
Okay. Well, I listen. I
That's
feel
me.
you on that, and that's great. So those are the 3 things. Those are the 3 major things in a relationship.
For all you men out
No,
there,
those
take
just my
note.
top 3.
Okay. Now
Love
we're
it.
gonna now tell you want to speak from a man perspective and
About a what a
What a
now
man.
about what a man
Oh, I
wants.
was about to
Right.
say,
What's your
you
love
can't come
languages,
from that.
Tay?
Me personally, I just want, like she said, just to know I'm appreciated and pretty man. And like you said, quality time, because like you said, kids, now that we have children, me and my wife don't get the time together that we used to at one point. Even like we had, it got to so I ain't gonna say so bad, but we at one point decided to start scheduling
Got to.
time. Like I drive, so a lot of time I drive around town, delivering different items and water. But I'm in town a lot, so what we decided to do when I'm in town, the days that I'm in town or I have a lighter day, hey, let's meet up here at the, I don't know, Panera Bread or wherever, and have a lunch. And the thing is, it's so easy to get away from that. We scheduled that. We only did it one time, and but that's it. Over time, it gets to me, because I do want that time with my wife. Because when I come home, it's not that the kids have my wife time. The kids want my time as well. Especially if I got little ones, so the kids want both of our time. So we never really get that time alone. So, like I said, I enjoy being around my wife. enjoy spending time with her. So pretty much that appreciation to show, every once in a while, let me know that I'm doing a good job as a father and a husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, because something like that keeps me going. Okay, I'm doing good. I'm
Yes.
doing what I need to do. All
Yeah.
right, let me continue on. Because I feel like I am a good father, good husband. So just let me know that. Let me know you appreciate everything I'm doing from time to time. I don't really look for a lot. Just show me
You still got to give me
appreciation.
3. Still got to give me 3. You still got to give me 3.
Like I said, respect.
All right.
Respect me as a father, as a husband. Just doing those things we was talking about earlier, just respect, and like I said, I get a joy out of seeing my family happy, seeing them, make sure they are taken care of, they have all their needs met. So yeah, that's pretty much for me, man. Respect, some time with my wife, and show that I'm appreciate it from time to time. That's all I need, man. That's pretty much what keeps me going.
You didn't even name the one the most men say.
Well, I'm finna.
I'm just
Listen.
You need physical touch for
Well,
real.
that's why I said,
That just said out there.
that's when it's
Yes.
time, because time can be pretty much anything. Like right now, we don't have our children.
You can't be doing that with never bread,
We don't
bro.
have our children.
Man, listen, feel my leg under the table.
Chosen know my kids.
Yeah,
So we have time together like the entire week, man. So yeah, Chosen know my kids at.
Oh yeah. So see,
that's kind of goes hand in hand, I feel.
yeah. See, here's one thing. Like, and this is why I say, however you met a man, you got to keep him, right? If you was freaky when you met the man, that still got to stay. I don't care how tired you get.
Right.
Listen, here's the thing, especially when the man tells you, and I'm speaking from people that I know and experience, from just period. I understand that a woman wants peace. One thing about a woman, she'll do whatever she got to do to make sure that there's peace in the home.
Facts.
But sometimes when you go overboard for that, it creates chaos. When you try to do too much peace, and you have to let certain things run their way. Yes, you have to let the water run the way it goes and find its own course. That's how you have to do. And
again, you said a woman try to keep.
They try to keep women try to keep so much peace in the home that sometimes try to keep in too much peace cause chaos. You get what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is, like, let's say like a while back, long time ago, and I'll say this from experience. Like my wife, she's the type of person where she would go and wash the dishes or come in the house. We don't work all day or did her thing. She come in the house, start washing dishes. No, that's what the kids there for. They sit at home, they messed up the dishes. They're supposed to do that. Go have a seat. Go have a seat. Go sit down. Go chill. Go do you. Because here's the thing, that time that you spent, that 30, 45 minutes that you spent cleaning the kitchen, you could have spent to yourself, right? So now you spent that to yourself and you got it. So now you got enough time for me.
Yeah.
But hold up, you don't have that time for me because you just took and went and did that. Now you're tired even more.
And you low-key bitter because the kids didn't do it.
Exactly. So now you're trying to spend, now you're looking at the situation that now you got to spend a little time. Yeah,
now you want my time. Yeah.
And now you spending time with the kids or whoever, and you're like, bam. And then by the time it gets 11, 12 o'clock, we tired, we in the bed, or we settling down, whatever, right? So, and I'm just saying this with women, period. Because her goal is great. Her goal is, okay, let me get these because I don't want my husband to get on the kids or I don't want them to get in trouble. Your intentions is great. But at the same time, you got to think about the other things.
The end result.
Yes. And my thing is like, that's it. Like even that. This is even coming from other people. I'm going to talk about this coming from other people. Sometimes the woman either be so tired or not even tired. She just, I don't know. I guess she just get used or whatever. I don't know. But again, if you met your man being freaky then you got to continue that in some kind of way. Men show affection by men show their affection. Most men show their affection through sex, touch, grabbing of the butt, wrestling, just physical. Men show physical, period. Ain't no 90% of the men show physical. So if you know that, or if you see that, and you got that man that way, you can't back up now and go, I'm tired, or I'm this, or I'm that, or whatever. Because guess what? There's going to be somebody else out there that looks at him or her and say, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it brings the crack. And then women want to holler, or I'll just say men and women, because it go both ways.
It does.
They want to holler, why are you looking at this person? Why are you looking at that person? Why are you doing this? Well, maybe I'm looking over here because that person is starting to show the attention that you're not showing. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, and when you hear the male or female talk and tell you, hey, you're not showing this attention, or you're not doing this, instead of you looking at it, instead of you looking at it and getting angry about the situation, look at it and go, dang, okay, I'm not doing my job, so I need to step up. Because trust me, there's others. And the only reason you have some men that refuse to leave because what their father did. So they refuse to follow that pattern. And this I know, I don't talk to some men on point, and they won't leave because one, they love the person, and two, they don't want their kids growing up without a father. They're just in that mindset of that. Mm-hmm. But then you have some that'll be like, I'm just gonna stay home, but I'm still gonna get me. And you wonder why they late, why they ain't came home, why this, why that. But I'm just saying, at the point of a man, most men want you to still be that girl or that young lady that they met. Then you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So let me answer that with my story, or some of it, anyways, or just a perspective. So you said when you met, if you're freaky, then you stay freaky.
Yes.
But when you met, you're like, oh, girl, you freaky, you fine, you this, you that, you this. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, women are crock pots and men's are microwaves. Mm-hmm. So throughout the time that you're married, it's like, okay, yeah, the reason she's like that in the beginning is because you're complimenting, telling about her hair, ooh, girl, you look good. You telling me, for me, if you're telling me I'm a good mom, if you're telling me my food's good, you ain't gonna have to ask for nothing, because I'm already primed and ready to go, if that makes sense. So through marriage, it seems like the men are expecting that, but they aren't giving what they gave in the beginning.
But here's the thing.
It goes both ways.
You're right. It does go. It does go both ways. It does go both ways. But with a man, and this is coming from a man perspective, I'm gonna speak me from a man. If I do compliment you, right, or if I do say it might be a different type of compliment, and we thinking that it's the compliment that you want. Do that make sense? Like,
that's why both parties need to be honest.
Exactly, they have to be honest, but they have to. But the woman have to. Yeah, the woman have to say, okay, when you compliment me, this is what I want you to do. Mm-hmm. Because a man can come by, looks, and go, "Wow, that's his compliment. This mine. This is mine. This
you wouldn't want to snack it if it didn't look good. Exactly. I mean, just be honest.
Just being 100. So my thing is, sometimes men don't even speak and go, "Wow, you're beautiful." That smack summed it up. You get what I'm saying? But a woman might be like, I understand you smack me. I want you to tell me I'm beautiful. You get what I'm saying? So a woman has to be, and one thing about, and I'm not saying you, but most, well, I ain't gonna say most, some women will not be verbal. And what I mean by that, they won't go to the man and say,
they want you to read your mind.
Yeah, they want you to read. No, it's like, how can I read something if ain't no words wrote into it? That's why
honesty is just very communication, and honesty is like.
But listen, you can communicate all you want to, but if the person on the other end they're not comprehending, that communication ain't gonna mean nothing. Just because from my just my own personal experience.
Give me.
I voiced that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
Nah,
look, bro, you ain't.
real.
Okay.
Not for real. But but, like I voiced that. Like, hey, you ain't doing this, you ain't doing that. I want to see this, I want to see that. Okay. And then you try it and it's not genuine. Like, bro, I done laid it out for you. I done gave you that. I gave you the blueprint. And you still can't get it together.
And even if they do and it's not genuine,
yeah,
it's not gonna work anyway.
No, you can't say it's genuine because if I did it, then I'm trying to be genuine. I'm being genuine. No.
If I gotta come in and prompt you like, like, no, I shouldn't have to do all of that.
Hold on, you should, and I'm gonna tell you why. Men, we dogs, and I'm not talking about the dog that go and hump everything. I'm talking about we're dogs. Like we have a mindset of like you need to train us. You know what I'm saying? No, you need to train us. Like for real. Like it's like some men just got it.
Some men, like you say, don't like you say they don't just like you say you have to train us. And one thing about me, I don't mind. Like, but just let me know. Like you said, if you tell me, I don't have a problem. But you can't expect a man to just do everything. Because some women expect men to do this, and the third automatically.
Exactly.
Just let me know.
Even then, he screw up. And even then, he might do it and might not do it for another month because he doesn't. In his head, he's thinking, "Okay, I did it once. Cool, I'll do it next month, or I'll do it.
I'm gonna do it next month."
You know, I'm just
saying. You get what
no. But what I'm saying is no, because you have to train. A man has to be.
But
listen,
they didn't
you have
be
some.
trained when they caught you. That's the
What
thing.
you mean?
Like when you're, like you said, stay the same.
Mm-hmm.
So if you didn't have to be trained how to get me,
Mm-hmm.
You should be trained.
then you shouldn't be trained how to
Hold
get
on,
me.
whoa. Let me
if
get
you're
into
doing all these things in the beginning of the relationship, and you getting what you want out of it, and then 5-10 years later, you're not doing the same thing. You ain't gonna get the same thing.
Okay, let me explain that to you about a man. A man is the type of person where if you don't tell him, that's why I go train.
But you didn't have to tell him in the beginning.
Because here's the thing. You did tell him. I'm gonna tell you how you told him. You told him by body language. And how you told him is by if I grab your hair, you go, ooh, so he know you like that. You get what I'm saying? If I came up to you and grab you and kiss you and you go, ooh, he knows you like that.
Yeah.
So you showed that but when he comes and do it, and it'd be like, women, listen, y'all will get to this point where it's like, okay, I like it, and I'm gonna show you I like it, but you don't even know you're showing you like it, but you are showing the man you like it because he knows. Then y'all get to a point where it's like almost where you don't show, especially when you're angry at that time, or you upset, or you mad,
or everything else that's going on.
Yes, and he can do it, and you can just be like, and he looking. His head, he's thinking right now, dang, I just did that.
And you're wondering what you're
what
wondering.
What else going on? That's how the devil works. Like for real. Go ahead, Tay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Like you were just saying, like you're trying to a lot of things men do. We will do, like you said, we'll do something and we look for a reaction to see how you're gonna react
all the time, 100%.
And we go off that, like you said, you going like me personally, if I tell my wife she's beautiful, I'm looking for a reaction. Does she smile or does she say, oh, thank you? Or even how does she say it? Thank you. Or one thing I know, when my wife knows she's looking really good and I tell her, hey, you look great, she'll smile and she'll kind of joke with me or whatever and all this and that. And that's what I look for or whatever. Men look for just, reaction from just.
And if you don't get one, that's where
then you start wondering.
It was good.
But see, here's the thing. Not if the man was already trained that way. See, you trained the man from the beginning. Think about it. Think about this. Okay, we meet. I talk to you. If I say something like, I say something funny, you laugh. Okay, I know you like jokes, and I know that was funny. So blah blah. If
you tell that same joke 10 years later after every single
not
funny no more.
Not telling. I understand that, but what I'm saying is, when we do something, if your response is not positive towards that, or even if it's negative, if it's not positive or negative, we're gonna be like, okay,
you're gonna check it off the list. You're like, I ain't doing that. I ain't work that time.
What women don't get, and I'm being 100. y'all don't get it. You training a man from the beginning.
Exactly.
You're training him
I
from the
agree.
beginning. So if you're not verbal and your reactions that the man do is more of a laugh or giggle or talk back sexual or like whatever it is, if you was doing that from the beginning and then you stopped it, the man pulled back.
Mhm. It's complacency. You get used to it, so you
Exactly.
Just,
And it feels like, hey, you do that all the time. You know how many women out there want a man to do that, or vice versa. You get what I'm saying? But my thing is with men, some men just got it. And what I mean by that, some men just know to treat the woman because they was taught by men and women or someone.
That's why these kinds of things are good.
Exactly. But majority of the men, 70%, we don't have it. We just mentally just don't have it. And the thing is that once a woman get it in her head that, okay, I'm training you, not like a dog, but I'm training you to know how I feel, and you would know. What'd you say?
You just said you was a dog earlier.
No. When I say like, no, I'm saying like, don't treat me like a dog. Like, don't sit there and be like, go sit down. No. Well, that's just it.
That's in any relationship, but you have to teach people how to treat you.
Yes,
absolutely.
And that's the thing with men. Men run by. We are just straight up physical. Mm-hmm. And when we do something, if you give that look that we love, and be like, heck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what we're saying in our head, because you make us feel like a king. Mm-hmm. And when you make us feel like a king, we don't have a problem with doing it. But when you don't, and what I mean by that is when we do it, and it's just like,
whatever,
we're gonna be like, whoa. But then if we do it,
that one little thing will just like you have you wondering, like, what? Wait a minute,
what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
And see, with a man, he's thinking, dang, she must be cheating on me. Automatically, he's either gonna go there or she don't love me, because this is what got your attention from the beginning, or maybe got your attention. And that's the thing, like, and all it takes for a man is to bump into a woman and say, oh, excuse me, or something. Just say something. And she go, oh, she does something with her face or something, be like, well, he knows she's intrigued. And there go that look that he was looking for from you. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, and I'm not, and even with you, like when you say, okay, I'm telling him that, but that's the thing though.
But some of these dudes out here gullible. I'm sorry, my ex-husband was gullible. I'm just going.
When you say gullible, what you mean?
Too friendly. Like, look, I'm sorry.
But
like,
did you know that from the beginning?
I did not. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't find that out till I was locked in. Okay, because had I known it, I would have been like, listen, 6 months, right?
Exactly,
6 months, yo. Like in real life, because I wasn't about to shag, and that's a whole nother thing.
I feel you.
But that's what it was. But once I got in, it was just like. Right? Bro, so like you attention seeking, you know what I'm saying? But I give you attention all the time, and you don't respond to me the way that I see you respond to them.
Because you know why? And I'm gonna be 100.
Because he already had me.
It's not even that he already had you, but it's because when he do this towards you, he's not only seeing the woman he loves, but he's seeing the woman that nags.
But I didn't nag though.
No, you did.
I did not.
I'm gonna tell you where you nagged at. When you telling him he can't talk to another woman.
I never said that he couldn't talk to another woman. I'm just saying, don't hold me up. Don't hold me up in the grocery store.
There you go.
This kid's kicking me in my back trying to get this line. Okay.
There you
go.
You
want to come back in and talk to her? You do your thing, but get out my way.
So you telling me,
whoa, this what we doing?
So when did that kick in? Like right when he start talking, or after a while?
What kicked in? My attitude.
Like when you say you're in the store and he was really gullible and he start. Let's say
I was saying he was gullible in general
because they're laughing about a joke she didn't hear.
Yeah, no, I heard the whole conversation. It was more of a, hey, it's the one of them type of days. You know what I'm saying? Be, oh, you smell good. What's that? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, tell her what you got on. I'll tell her. You know what I'm saying? She wanted. Okay, our transaction is over.
Okay, answer this question. Answer this question.
So said your man smell good, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to tell her what you got on so she can go get it too.
Whoa, what is wrong with that? What is wrong? Listen.
There's nothing wrong with it. One compliment deserves another. But what I'm saying is, you done spent 30 minutes
Okay, 30 minutes
We
is too
can't-
long. I got
okay,
you.
We done
30
came in
minutes
here
too
for
long.
5 items.
I thought you
We
was talking
got
about 5 or
our
10 minutes, baby.
No, we
10
got-
minutes
Yeah,
too long.
that is a long time.
Yeah,
30 minutes.
too
So
long.
now they calling for people for other registers. Come on now, like this is getting embarrassing.
Give
so
me
there's
some-
a problem here.
Give me something
I
else.
got
30
you.
minutes.
See,
30 minutes is
somebody-
too long.
I got you.
10 minutes too long to be talking to a woman. Unless y'all talking about something where it's beneficiary, and what I mean
Yeah,
by that
no.
is like a job or something. But you're right, it is.
Yeah, no. And I'm
Give
just
me
like,
something
okay.
else.
And then we get to the car and he like, well, what's wrong with that? I'm like, dude, we went in the store this time. We got 5 things. It's almost 7 o'clock.
Mhm.
Came here about 5:30, 6 o'clock. It shouldn't take that long. Let me come in here. I'm in and out. You know what I'm saying? But along from that, him going out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have a problem you going out with your friends, do your thing, but don't know you. If you know you can't be around people that's exposed and doing stuff like that, you're not strong enough mentally, I wouldn't recommend you go out. Cause that's just me. But it got to a point where I stopped going out with him. So it was just like, cause he felt like I was a hawk. He was like, you would just sit there and you don't do this and you don't do that. Like there's a lot of things I
So
don't
what
do.
is it that he wanted you to do?
He never said. Like
You did you ask?
Like no.
Oh, there
I
you
didn't.
go. There go to communication.
No, because when he said I'm like a hawk, I'm like, what you mean? He was like, you were just sitting there, like, you ain't drink nothing, you ain't da 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 da. And I'm just like, okay, I don't do that. But you asked me to come out with you, so I'm here with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm dancing, I'm doing everything else. But the fact that I'm not drinking and
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Did he know this from the beginning?
He knew that.
Okay.
He
So
knew that.
so ain't nothing he can do about
He
it.
knew that.
He
So I'm
trying to
just
change
like,
something that
yeah.
okay, I feel you.
I'm just like stuff started coming out afterwards. It's just like, okay.
Okay.
The scenario with the
Grocery store?
perfume or whatever. Yeah, like for me, this is how I responded because it happened, a couple different times as far as like people coming on to my husband or whatever. And like I remember one time this chick, she just kept staring or whatever. And so for me, with the perfume, with the cologne thing, I would be like, oh yeah, that smell drives me crazy. Like I would be on my husband on that to show this woman, okay, he's mine or whatever. I don't know the 30 minutes. I wouldn't. I don't think
No,
I'd be
30
okay
minutes
with that
long.
either.
But then, okay. Even then,
Just lifting him up in that, like
yeah, but
he's
even
fine.
but even then, that's
And
too
I'm
much.
like, I want to see people, you know what I'm saying, look at you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Because
It's
as far as
compliment.
like,
Yeah,
It's a compliment.
But
I
even
get
with
that,
but even with the woman, that is still too much. If a woman come and compliment the man, right,
Mhm.
and say, "Wow, you smell good," what is that, right? Okay, cool.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's funny. I had this exact thing happen to me. When I
Somebody
was
said
on
your
the
wife
phone.
smell good in front of you.
No.
Okay.
No, when I was like a lot of times when I'm in work, I'll call my wife, we'll talk, however long we talk, because I have that freedom while I'm out. I put my earphones in and I can talk to her. And I went to this one place and she was on the phone, and we joke about this type of stuff a lot. I was on the phone. I went to this place. I think it was a daycare, and the girl was in there. And mind you, I've seen this girl many times and never had anything want to do anything with this woman. And this one time I went in, she was like, and the funny part was how she said it. She was like, "What you smell like?" I'm like, "Huh?" And my wife, she just started laughing. She said, "What she say?"
What? What you smell like?
I had some cologne
How did
on.
you respond?
I had some cologne on that day, and I guess some colognes is louder than others, and she could smell it, and she said, "What you smell like?" And I'm like, such and such cologne. I'm like, "Oh, okay, I ain't never smelled that before." And of course, my wife, she was on the phone. She just started laughing. She's like, "What she say?" I say, she asked me what I smell like. So, of course, I try not to put myself in those situations, because I know I'm out and I meet a lot of people, and so I try not to put myself in those situations to where, because I have some talkative people. I meet some very talkative people, very friendly people at times. So I try not to put myself in those situations because I don't want to get caught up in that, that type of stuff, because I know how certain women are. I say my wife is like that, but I know how women are or whatever when it comes to other women. Sometimes women feel threatened by other women for whatever reason. My whole thing is I'm with you. That's not me. So, you know, I try not to I try not to put myself in that position. But yeah, that was something
See-
funny that happened.
See, me with the cologne thing, right? I think with the woman is too much. If you come up on the person and be like, yeah, he smelled good. No, that's too much. And the reason why, because now it's like in your head, you're doing a good thing, right? You're doing a good thing by saying, this my man, you know, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, da, da, da. But in his head, well, I'm gonna say mine, I ain't gonna say his. My head, all I'm thinking is, you don't trust me. You don't know. I mean, you don't think that I'll tell this. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what I got on and keep it moving.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But yet, if we don't respond a certain way, you already thinking we're cheating.
No,
So it's
no.
kinda
But
like,
that's different. See, the difference
you would
is
be okay with a man coming up to your
Oh,
wife and
yes.
saying how she smells pretty,
easy, and walk off. We'll walk off because here's my thing.
but you wouldn't be like, "Oh yeah, that's my woman."
No.
Or nothing
No.
like that. You don't even
No,
think
no.
that.
I'm gonna tell you.
I guess it's how she responds.
That's that
It's how she responds.
that and two.
Conversation we're having.
No, I'm feeling want that, and then two. My thing is, if you was gonna cheat, or if a man could come between us right then either I'm not doing something right, or you was never with me from the beginning.
Exactly.
That's how
That's
I
a
think.
good point.
My thing is,
You're right.
I'm not finna spend my time wondering. Listen, now, of course, I'm not gonna put you in a predicament. Like, I'm not finna say, okay, here's a hotel, spend the night with this guy. I'm gonna put you. I'm not doing that stupid like
That's
that. What I'm
disrespectful.
saying is, yeah, but what I'm saying is, if a man can come up and talk to you, and if a man can pull you, what am I not doing right? If you smile a certain way, and men know, just like women know, if you smile a certain way that you ain't never smile at me, I'm gonna come to you and be like, hey, what am I not doing? What am I not doing right?
And that's pretty.
You
That's
get what I'm
pretty
saying?
mature of you.
That's very-
And for real,
honestly.
because that's what I'm gonna say. I'm saying, what am I not doing right? And if you start telling me, what are you talking about? Because you smile the way that you never smiled at me. And I'm gonna tell you straight up.
Yeah.
And then if that start an argument, you're not listening.
Yeah.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. You're mad because I just called you out on something that was true, but you're
If
not.
everybody
You're
could
not
communicate like
listening.
that, we'd have
Exactly.
a better world.
But exactly. And my thing is the same way vice versa. I mean, vice versa. If a woman telling me, okay, you smell good. In my head, I know that either one, she's saying I smell good because she likes that smell, or she's trying to start a conversation because she's intrigued. I know how to wash that off.
Yeah, you gotta be mature.
And if you're doing what you're doing at home, you shouldn't even have to worry. Period. Especially if you got a man that is of God. I'm not saying
That
that
makes
don't.
a
I'm not
difference.
saying that don't cheat.
But
I'm
that
not
makes a
saying that.
difference.
But that's a huge difference. Listen, I get a kick off people when I get a kick off women, or women when they try to holler at me and I don't show them no interest, and then they get angry or mad. Reason why I get a kick off that, because I'm showing you that every man ain't like that.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? That every man ain't like. Now, here's the thing. If I'm discussing something with my wife and she's not paying attention and not really hearing me, something's got to give. Like, for real, something has to get. You can't, like, for real, we can't stay in a relationship. People always holler at the relationship. You can get physical or mentally abused. And that's vice versa with men and women.
Right.
Because if you're not listening to me,
That's mental.
yeah, that's mental. Like,
Straight up.
you don't have to be physical to destroy me.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Sometimes the non-physical is worse because it's
way worse.
Mhm.
It
Bruises go
stays.
away.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
It cultivates. It starts growing a story in your head and stuff.
Exactly. So that's my intake on that right now. Is there anything else we want to? Because see this. Okay, here's the thing. The way I'm doing this is it's like a segment, right? We're going to talk about this, and then we're going to talk about he should be coming in, and a couple other people should be coming about being single and why they choose to be single.
I'm not choosing, but it's.
But some say, listen, it's much better to be single. I feel you, guys. I'm a certain way.
I don't know about that.
Seriously, this new generation.
Not good for men to be alone.
Listen.
Okay, that part.
I'm with you 100%. But
Exactly.
this new generation is on some other stuff, but they'll tell you straight up, I ain't getting married. I rather, no, it's too much. And I think they get that by seeing what their parents do.
Mhm.
or what went on with their mom and dad or whatever. So that's why. But anyway, that's a different topic. That's another thing. But I'm trying to get everybody that was on here to come back on the 28th. And there's another way we're going to discuss something, but I'll have to explain it to y'all afterwards. But
I may be in Puerto Rico, so I don't know because I got a plan. I have a trip planned at the end of June, but I mean at the end of July, but I don't know what day because I don't have my calendar.
okay.
So I may not be here on the 20th.
Okay. Well, if we can get in, or we try and do it over online if you have the time.
Yeah.
But my thing is, I'm trying to build this thing to where it's a month thing, because a lot of marriage people need to hear this, divorced people need to hear this, and single people need to hear this.
Yeah.
And it needs to be something where we really, it might be sometimes like somebody else come here and get heated because they're not trying to hear. But you got to be able to hear this to understand. You know what I'm saying? And
you got to be able to have a conversation.
That's my thing. And it has to be done. And I think that we don't do this enough.
No.
You either
sex at church ain't talking about it.
Exactly. And you either have an all man perspective or you have an all woman perspective. You never have them sitting in front of each other
Having a
like
discussion.
and having a discussion. So can you want to tell them where you can be reached at?
You can follow me at the Even Out Podcast on Instagram and Facebook. But I'm also _Ashanti on Instagram and Ashanti Rice on Facebook. So, and you can listen on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Google Podcasts, and a lot of other platforms. But find me, the Even Now Podcast.
So for anybody that heard her and heard her tell her man, you taking too long. You need to holler at her. Hey, for real though, follow her. Anyone that's on my podcast, anyone that follows me, follow her. Check her out, and go from there. I haven't to listen, and I'm not gonna even sit up here and fake it. I haven't listened yet.
It's all good.
But I will be like that. I just subscribed and everything for it, so I will be listening. I like to hear what people talk about, because one thing about me is whatever you talk about, I might bring you on my thing because I don't agree, and we come on. You get what I'm saying? So
let's have a conversation.
Yeah,
I'm all for
exactly.
I'm down.
Yes. So can you tell them how to reach you, Becky?
Becky Russell on Facebook. Steal My Show on Instagram. I also have a YouTube, Favored Ministries. Preach, teach, dance, whatever. So.
Oh yeah, follow Major Blessings too. I'm sorry, Major Blessings Movement. My bad.
Okay. So listen, y'all. I had a great time.
I did too.
Yes, it was fun.
We on the space table today.
I say
we ain't on the space table today.
Yeah, we ain't on the space table.
We
ain't on the space. If anybody that think they can play spade, can holler at us. But listen,
need a partner.
Yeah, for real. So listen, thank y'all for coming by.
Thanks for having us.
I know you said you can't be here next week, or we got somebody come. But if you want, if
we can always do it online though, right?
Yeah, online. So if anybody, the reason why I do this because it's more intimate. The online thing, it's getting to me when people start, like, it's almost like texting. When people text, pick up the phone and talk, or let's be in person. Like let's you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like they trying to pull away from that more, where we're just segregated.
Yeah, this right here, it connects us, but it disconnects us so much. So I get it.
Yeah. So that's why I do. It's hard for me to get people that's on the thing, because it's Anyway, so if you can come next week, or we can get you on the thing, let me know, and we'll go from there. I would like to have y'all back. I know you come back the 28th.
Oh yeah.
But like to have y'all back next week, the week after, to get your opinions and get what you think about certain things. There's more questions. I got a list of things. So some stuff might touch home. Some stuff might.
Which time next week?
Next week is the divorce. What it take, or what It's a whole nother. Trust me, it's some stuff.
Right.
But that's what next week is about, and then we're gonna keep going from that, and then we're gonna try and sum it up on the 28th, and go from there. So listen, y'all know where y'all can reach us at. Y'all know what time it is. And with that said, man, Tay, where they can reach you at, man?
You reach me on Instagram at Timeless Sounds 3. You can reach me on Twitter at Timeless Sounds. So Instagram Timeless Sounds 3. Twitter, Timeless Sound. I don't have a Facebook anymore, so that's spiritual purchase and personal reasons. So overlook the Facebook, but yeah,
Nah, for real.
yeah, for real.
Hey, listen.
Do you, man? You gotta know.
Exactly. But listen, y'all. Thank y'all for chiming in. For the ones that chimed in, go support. My son said go support his apparel, which is
God the Father.
God the Father. Go support that. Y'all know where y'all can reach him at. Huh? It's at the bottom of the screen. Everything is there. Thank y'all again for coming in. Anybody that wants to be on this show, hit me up. But we are going to talk about the real. We're not going to sugarcoat anything. Y'all already know that.
Nah, for real.
And with that said, we are out. Made up, made out, made. Salute, baby.